Sorry, what else is on?
Oh, they're
Okay,
great.
5,
Yeah.
4.
Ostrich, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're comfortable.
Oh, it's such a nice soft
They're
leather.
comfortable.
Okay, we have Speed.
Well, Kurt, I was looking forward to seeing you again because you came through Dallas when you were doing Silkwood, or when it was completed, I should say, and we sat in your suite and had a nice chat. And I remember you had a gingerbread house that somebody at the hotel.
I remember that was right around Christmas time.
Yeah, somebody had made and given it to you. But anyway, here you are back in another picture now, The Best of Times. Let me say, first of all, I enjoyed it a lot. I had a lot of fun with the picture. I really did.
I'm glad. I think it's I think it's a picture that's entertaining, but I think it also has something to say. So it's the kind of picture that I enjoy.
Did you know Robin before this?
No, I met Robin once in New York for about 5 minutes, and then when Roger Spottiswoode and Ronnie Shelton brought me the script, I started talking about doing the picture as perhaps a 2-character piece instead of a 1-character piece, and we thought that could be achieved, and then we, after that, we were able to get Robin interested in doing it. So I was looking forward to working with him and seeing what it would be like and stuff.
Well, what was it like?
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It worked out well. I mean, he was the right choice, I think. He's a tremendously fast mind, very talented, and likes to find what is the best choice for him. And that's a process that is not difficult, but there's a lot of choices, so it takes some thought and some time. And I really liked it. I really enjoyed working with him.
Kurt, I've talked with other actors who have worked with Robin, and some of them have honestly admitted before they went into it that they didn't know what it would be like working with Robin, that he's so inventive and crazy and so forth, that they didn't know whether they could hold their own.
Well, yeah, it's when you see Robin's stage act, you see that actor. I assumed that with a script he would be a different kind of actor, and I was right about that. He's a hard worker, and he's like anybody else. He has some ideas, we try them, and then try to put the best stuff together.
So you felt a good chemistry between the two of you.
Yeah, I really do. I mean, anytime you work with actors who have different styles of working, it's interesting to see if they go together well. Ours are different, but not entirely. I mean, sometimes you see things sometimes someone's a little more obvious than somebody else. But I think when it's sort of all mashed together and funneled into one direction, I think everybody generally works the same. They just try to get to that point.
Kurt, this is a story about a person getting a second chance at something. And we've all had things in our lives that we'd like to go back and do over. Is there anything that you can think of in your life that you'd like to have a chance to do over?
Not really. There's been some things that didn't work out, so well that I suppose, if I had it to do over again, I might do differently. But overall, not. An injury that I suffered in baseball that stopped my career there. If I could take that moment back and know the injury was going to and why the injury was going to happen and remove myself from that spot, I would do it so that I could be playing ball again. But there's not really too many things in my life that I'd want to change.
But if you had gone on playing ball, you might never have been an actor, so you wouldn't give up that, would you?
No, I wouldn't have. I was playing ball and acting at the same time, so I would have continued doing that. I think it would have, sort of kept the two rolling together. Both might have suffered, both might have gained, I don't know. But that part I don't try to figure out. I just know that when fate takes a hand, I pretty much accept it.
You and Goldie Hawn are going to be parents, I understand.
Yeah, in July.
In July, isn't that neat?
Yeah, that's really great.
Yeah. Sally Field made a comment just a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if it got to you or not. Somehow something came up about parents, and she said that she thought, they were talking about male parents, that she thought you possibly were one of the best parents she ever heard of.
That's really, nice of Sally to say.
Does that surprise you?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know that she'd said that. I try to be a good parent. I mean, I don't try really too much as I do, I guess, have an instinctive interest in what children in my life do. I think they're the most interesting thing that there is to deal with, and my son is a real pride and joy of mine. And Goldie's two kids are obviously in my life so much that I'm very interested in what they do. I really think they're doing great, and I think they're good kids, and therefore they're fun to be around and fun to sort of try to help along in a positive way. I suppose I make a lot of mistakes, but I do think that my heart's in the right place, and I think they know that. And the one coming is gonna, I hope, have a good opportunity. Just a good chance. I just want them to be happy.
Do you spend a lot of time with them, play with them, or?
Well, I do when I can. My son is with us on the weekends when I'm working. So on the weekends, he actually spends more time with the kids, I think. But I think that's what's good about it. With Oliver and Kate, when I'm not working, I get to spend a pretty good amount of time. I'm aware of what I would want to do right as far as their mother and father are concerned. Bill Hudson is, a guy who's not able to be there because of the situation, but he's their father, and they know that, and I want to just, I suppose I want to do the right thing as far as he's concerned, as much as with Goldie. He's every bit as much a responsibility of theirs as she is, but they're with us, so it's an interesting position to sort of be in. I'm their pa, I'm not their father. But I think that overall our family's, it's overall a pretty good one.
That's great. I'll be talking with Goldie in a couple of weeks. Yes, on Wildcats.
Wildcats is a good picture. It's a lot of fun.
Looking forward to it. Well, it's good to see you again, Kurt.
It's good to see you,
and
Bob.
I enjoyed the picture, and I hope it does well.
I do too. I hope the picture goes out there and really does good business, because I think it's the kind of picture that a lot of people in an audience can enjoy.
I'm telling you, by the end of the picture, the audience I saw it with was standing and cheering, and it was just like they were at the Super Bowl game.
Yeah, it does, and that was one of the things when reading it. I said, "Gee, at the end of this picture, the audience could really be right with the picture," and they are. And the audiences that have seen it so far they've really loved it, and like you said, at the end they've been cheering and screaming, and so it's fun to do a picture where an audience gets that involved.
You bet. Take care, Kurt.
It's good talking with you.
Thank you.
All right.
Nice.
I want to pad this thing down.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Did you and Robin know one another before this picture? So how was it working with Robin? In talking with other actors who have worked with Robin, some of them went into it with a little bit of fear, wondering if they could hold their own. You must have different styles of working, though. Is there anything in your life that if you had the second chance you'd like to have to do? Is there anything in your life that if you were given a second chance you'd like to do again, do it over? But you see, if you went on into sports, you might not have been an actor. You and Goldie are going to be parents, huh? Recently, Sally Field made a comment discussing Hollywood parents, and she cited you as the example of a very good male parent. Did you know that? How do you like to spend time with your children? Play with them or what? how do you like to spend time with the children? Playing with them or what? Okay. All right, let me just give you some reactions now. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
You got a photographic memory, Bob.
Yeah, I don't have to.
I can do it